Hey guys, how's it going? As most of you know, I'm Lucian from the North Country Dart League. Just wanted to take a minute to kind of make a video on scoring in O1 games. There are still a lot of people that are hesitant about using the tablet to score. So hopefully this will help to kind of alleviate some of that stress or pressure when it comes to scoring. So I'm just going to load up my personal DartConnect here and kind of get things underway. I'm going to let my girlfriend play first. As you can see here, I selected the game of 501. This is mostly just to give me enough room in the scoring app to be able to enter some of the bigger numbers, that kind of thing. There's really a bunch of really quick ways to score any O1 game. The first of which is going to be the quick keys. That's any of these numbers on the side here. If somebody throws a 26, you can literally tap 26. If they throw a 100, you just tap the 100. That goes on to the game, and that's all you have to do. In any other version of entering the score, it's very important that you end up typing the enter or hitting the enter button. That obviously brings it onto the other side and just kind of prevents more errors from happening. So best case, you always want to hit the enter and make sure that you're set up for the next player. So I'm just going to say that I threw a 5 just to be that way. So as far as the actual scoring, it's fairly simple if you know what a person's thrown. I'm not really sure how well you can see this here, but I've got a 19, a 1, and a 3. So 19 and 1 is 20, plus 3 is going to be 23. So you can literally just tap in 2, 3, and then you would hit enter. Some of the scores, however, can be a little bit more challenging to kind of do the math with for some people. So right here, that's a triple 18. Let's go with a triple 13 and a triple 14. Now, some people are not going to know those values. Other people will. 18 times 3, or triple 18, is going to be 54 points. So you can type in 54, use the plus symbol. This is going to be worth 39 points, plus 42. DartConnect is automatically adding everything up, and it tells you it's 135 points. So again, you hit enter. There's your ton 35. If you don't know those values, DartConnect also makes that very easy for you. You can type in 18 times 3 plus 13 times 3 plus 14 times 3. And again, it tells you it's 135 points. So you hit enter. Now, say you're doing the mental math, you're coming up with 156 or something like that. You go to type in 156 and you find out, wait a minute, no, my math is wrong. So you can hit the undo button. Basically works just like a backspace. Type in your 135 to correct the score. Those are going to be primarily the easiest ways to do everything. Feel free to take your time. If people are rushing you, you're the scorekeeper, you have the final say. That being said, I didn't hit 2 135s in a row, so I need to correct that top one. If I only hit 115, well, I can now do this, and I can just undo everything. Type in 115, now I can hit enter, and that automatically recalculates my total score, but it also corrects everything in here. It's that simple. It doesn't matter what score you need to correct. Up here, she hit a 180, not a 100. You hit enter. That simple in any 01 game. let's say she currently has, as it shows, 163. Let's say she throws her darts. I'm not even sure if this math is possible because honestly, I'm not going to try to figure it out at this point. But let's say she throws some really good darts, and I know that she has 50 points remaining. Okay, I'm not going to try and count up the 113. It's always a good idea, definitely, to count and to enter things incorrectly. But if you know that she has 50 remaining, you can literally type 50, and then instead of hitting enter, you tap up here. That will leave that score as the total remaining score. Comes in very handy, say when you have 120 points, somebody throws a triple 20 followed by a single 20, you know that they're going for your double 20, but they miss outside. You can type in 40, tap the score up there, and it automatically tells them or recalculates things so they have 40 points left. Now, me being at a 246 here, that's not going to happen. Again, I'll just use a quick key to bring myself down to 180 points. She goes for the 50. She goes 18 double 16. However, she ends up hitting 18 and then misses outside here. We can type in the 18, enter. Now, I have mine set up a little bit different. It is calculating and keeping track of how many attempts I made on a double. So we don't actually deal with that in our league. But again, I also have my out chart or suggested out chart turned on for my personal tablet. Just kind of makes things easier when I'm playing with other people that aren't as familiar with the game or in higher value situations where I don't know the math. So let's see, I've got 66 left. Let's say I ended up going a crazy route. I hit 36, and that'll leave me with 30 remaining. I hit the double 15. Okay, I just put this out in 2 darts. So you can actually type in the 66, or you can just hit that 2. And what that means for the 2 on the flight there means that I hit exactly what I needed, and it took me 2 darts. Again, you can type it in by just by hitting the numbers, hit enter, and then it will ask you how many darts it took. So again, tap your 2. It says who the winner is, what the score is. You can either confirm or change. I'm going to go back to change. So now I'm going to undo this, and now I'm going to type it in. 66. I'm going to hit enter. Again, comes up with the confirmation. Yes, I won that. And then again, it asks 2 or 3 darts. So I'm going to tap 3, and that's really all there is to it. What I'm going to really say is for anybody who is not familiar or not comfortable using the scoring app, I strongly recommend signing up for a free account through DartConnect. You can then download it on your tablet. You can download it on your phone. At that point, you can play around inside the app, just typing in values and using your quick keys just to get familiar with it. You don't even necessarily have to actually be playing a real game. By all means, I certainly recommend that, if you're playing a game, go ahead and use it. By using it more, you're going to become more familiar with the app. You're going to become more confident and comfortable using it. If you want to do just like I did here, then you're more than capable of doing that. You're more than welcome to do it. What I do is I actually have a player library built up, and in many cases, what I'll do is I'll select somebody who's not an actual person or, a historical figure. I've put George Washington in there in the past as well. So that way it's not inflating or taking away from my personal stats. That's the nice thing about DartConnect. It does keep track of the league stats for people, and it also keeps track of the person's individual stats. So if I was playing a game here at home against somebody, it will have all of those stats combined in one area, but it will show me a breakdown individually of what I did in the league versus what I've done in competitions, such as the White Mountain Shootout in Shelburne every year, or it will show me what I've played against the DartConnect bot. It basically breaks everything down for in person against the DartConnect bot, the leagues, and tournaments. It can show you everything all lumped in together or separately. So again, that's basically a quick rundown of it. I encourage everybody to play. Just kind of play around with the tablet and the scoring app itself. And then, yeah, just download it, have fun, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. I mean, we all do. So eventually we're going to have to correct stuff. But again, try to make it as easy as possible, and DartConnect has done a very good job doing that.